Hi, Edelyn. How you doing? I wanted to make this video because I used this word, this descriptive Fright Night for your second set, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept that. I used that descriptive for the first one. I was not clear in this because I called it Fright Night again. So I understand why you probably think that I didn't look at the second one. But in reality, it was the second one I was talking about. I saw the kind of like blood down here, the dripping blood, and I saw the Raven or the Edgar Allan Poe-esque thing here, and I just think that we're still leaning in that direction too far. And let me describe what I mean. Let's come in here. And I don't think that it's really a good idea to try. Well, you understand what I was saying about trying to brand yourself and branding yourself in such a way that's going to kind of pigeonhole you into, whether you intend or not, it's kind of force you into this category of designer that would be considered not the most versatile designer. Now, if I want somebody to design a poster for a band or a CD, absolutely, I would look for something like this. But it's better to brand yourself being more versatile. Okay, so not only do I want to design CDs, I want to design annual reports and corporate brochures and things like that. And I just don't think this particular aesthetic is going to get you that. Not to mention, there's some things technically wrong with the logos. Let me talk about what's technically wrong. Okay, now this is very difficult to read, and you've got a very difficult name. You have to work with that. Okay, I would use a very, very objective typeface. I would not use a decorative typeface at all. Even this typeface down here is got these like kind of the strokes aren't on the horizontal. So it's really, really a kind of, I think, it's backfiring. This little thin rule right here and these little points, they're going to disappear at small sizes, and we can duplicate that right here in Acrobat. As you can see right now, they're starting to turn into blobs and not shapes. Okay, now let's go to the next logo and we take a look at why I would say this is technically the same thing. See these little points right here in visual communication? Any kind of points really, they indicate pain or danger. That's basic visual communication. That's how we think when we see things. Therefore, I recommend for a designer branding themselves to introduce themselves to the hiring market of professional design, I would recommend not adding these points and sharp, jagged lines for that reason. Again, watch these little jagged lines as we reduce the scale, and we can see that turns into more of a blob. Okay, and then this piece right here, I think it's just almost impossible to read your last name. It is impossible. I have no idea. That could be a D, it could be a P. I mean, the way that the baseline is encroaching on the white there, it's really difficult. Okay, where do we go from here, Evelyn? Where do we go from here? I say we go, listen, I understand you're an edgy designer. I totally get that. And I go through this same discussion with designers every time I teach portfolio or any kind of branding class. I get that this is what you personally enjoy, but as a designer, don't necessarily think that this is what your viewer personally enjoys. I think it's very smart to be objective, all right? For this reason, I suggest a logo like this with your name in something like, I want to say Helvetica, but I don't want to say Helvetica. I'm thinking something in the Universe family, maybe something in a Futura, Gill Sans, Vague Rounded. There's a couple more, but something very objective, and I would go with a sans serif. Or you can do a serif, but make it something that's a traditional serif. Then I like the combination of sans serif with serif. So if you go sans serif with your name, go serif with your title. If you go sans serif with your name, go serif, or the other way around. Do you see what I'm saying? And I would just go ahead and compose it like this: your name, and then right aligned graphic designer. Okay, I don't think the EE is going to work because it won't stand alone. Because it really doesn't mean anything without your name. So adding the EE with the kind of the difficult factor of your last name, I think that's going to be difficult. But try it if that's the way you want to go. All right. My main thing again is the typeface. It's your choice of typeface is just too difficult to read. It's too decorative. You don't want to use a decorative typeface in a logo, specifically if you're branding yourself as a designer. For this reason, Edelyn, I think that you should continue working and experimenting. I'm willing to work with you. Listen, just go ahead and keep working. Don't worry about deadlines. I'm not going to, be unreasonable here at all. You got your work in. I just feel it can be better. So, you haven't done anything wrong. I've got no reason not to give you full points for the assignment. I just think that you can point yourself in a more effective direction. Okay. That's my personal thought. So I don't want you to worry about me, trying to take points away from something that you've completed, the way that you were asked to complete. I'm just trying to point you in a different visual direction because I think it will be more effective for your future. As a designer, specifically in the hiring phase. If you have any questions, please feel free to get with me, Edelyn, please. And, okay, thanks very much.